All right, this is the video for the LBW, load-bearing wall evaluation, and you may notice that it's really short, and that's because this is a filler video for a process that we are still continuing to derive, validate, confirm, and make sure that we're taking into account the training absolutely necessary to do load-bearing walls. Right now, we do load-bearing wall. We do them for Noble, and I do them in select cases where I can be 100% confident that a load-bearing wall, that a wall is not load-bearing or it is load-bearing, and I can provide a valid solution. What does this mean? Well, this means that if you want to do a load-bearing wall with me, then you have to call me, and we have to talk about the project first. I don't allow for folks, just like with EFEs and EIRs and DCRs and all the other stuff we offer, for you to just go blow and go, sell it to the client and do the field work and throw it our way. With LBW, you have to call me. I have to talk to you about the load-bearing wall problem. I have to go over, like, do they need this just to determine whether it's load-bearing? Do they need me to size and calculate structural members? Do they need me to permit, go through permitting? Traditionally, I don't go up to the various offices and municipalities to submit permitted drawings, and I don't have a full CAD team. We do very cut and dry, or very commodity based. I'm not sure if commodity is the right word, but it's like we do specific engineering tasks for primarily residential or small commercial projects. We don't do the full gamut of what an engineering firm may do. And so load-bearing wall is something that I love to be helpful on. I know how to do them, but when it comes to determining load-bearing walls, it's very difficult. The other issue with load-bearing wall is the two-phased approach, because if you go to look at a load-bearing wall and you can't ascertain much information due to the fact that there's sheetrock, or it's a two-story home and they want to remove a wall on the first floor, or it's pier and beam and we can't get under the house to see it, then it becomes a very difficult problem. So traditionally, the load-bearing wall projects that I'll take from almost every inspector are going to be those that we need to widen a door, or we need to maybe remove a small portion of a kitchen wall. I have a kitchen wall to open it up to the living room, where it's a single story slab home and I can see all of the members. The two-phased approach, I kind of left that alone, but the two-phased approach for load-bearing wall is that you go out to assess the load-bearing wall issue, and I basically am like, well, I can't see anything. So instead of telling the client whether or not it's load-bearing or not, we tell the client where to remove the sheetrock. And so you would take photos of the problem area or the area of interest with the load-bearing issue, and then I would draw out exactly where to remove sheetrock, give it back to you to give to the client. The client would then go and remove sheetrock and then call you back out to make the assessment. Again, I'm not going to waste your time with load-bearing wall, because we've done a handful of them. They're very successful in some cases. Some clients are very happy with what we can provide, but we can't do it all. So in short, call me. If you have a load-bearing problem, a load-bearing question from the client, or if you want to do a load-bearing wall project, we typically charge the same price, but I'm going to tell you exactly what I need you to gather in exactly what format. It may be in your own home inspection template, and that you just provide me with a lot of photos of the information, photos in the attic, photos of the crawl space, photos of the wall, remove the sheetrock, things like that. And we can get through it if we want to provide value to the client. But I do expect a longer video that's more drawn out, that will provide very, very valuable information about what a load-bearing wall is, and how you look at one, how you determine whether one is load-bearing, and a better template. We have a template already in our app for load-bearing wall, and we may or may not use it if you call me, depending on what kind of orientation the wall is in, and how well I think you as the inspector know load-bearing walls. So there's a lot that goes into it. Load-bearing walls, unlike foundation, can be catastrophic. They can fail. Someone can go knock out a few 2x4s and the roof collapse. So I have to know a lot about what I'm doing before I give you the go ahead to do a load bearing wall analysis. And so again, call me, we'll talk about it and see if it's the right fit with Noble. If not, we'll refer you to another engineer. Thanks.